right here at the Ritz for the first time in front of a live audience and the last time in front of his bathroom mirror, Dr. Don.
I was at a show in Milwaukee maybe a month ago now, and there was a 30-something millennial in the front row, very earnest kind of guy, and he raises his hand. We're in a comedy club. Any teachers here? Former teacher? Great. Well, you know what that's like. Somebody raises their hand, it's like catnip for a teacher. You gotta pick on them. You gotta go with them. I mean, it's 1 out of 100 that asks a question. So this guy raises his hand in a comedy club. People don't do that. They just shout things out. So he was respectful. I said, "You, sir, why don't you stand up? Let the class hear what your question is." So he says, "Well, Doc, what's it like being married for 55 years? And I said, "Oh my God, man, every day's a holiday. I'm living the dream right until I wake up and the nightmare starts." Then he says to me, "No. What I really mean is, what's it like being with the same woman for 55 years? And gives me one of these. So you meet all kinds of people in this business, and I'm thinking, okay, what we have here either is a spaz with an eye problem or a millennial sicko perv into geriatric sex porn. So I figure, all right, I'll go along for the ride. I said, "Well, dude, let me tell you. Imagine leaving a piece of cheese on the kitchen table for 55 years. Smell's going to get a little funky. And if you decide to nibble on it, it's going to be an acquired taste." I got the same kind of reaction. Some woman starts screaming at me from the back of the room. "You filthy old boomer, you think that's funny? You think that's a joke? Do you have any idea what a 75-year-old sausage tastes like?" I said, "No, ma'am, I don't." She says, "Well, let me tell you, it ain't all lipstick and lollipops." She said, "I want you to imagine taking a Nathan's Famous all-beef ballpark Frank and leaving it out in the cheap seat sun for 9 innings. You know what you got then? It used to be plump and juicy." I mean, you could have heard, the phrase, you could have heard a pin drop? If a feather hit the floor in here, it would have sounded like a thunderclap. I mean, there's 200 people in this club. Nobody's saying a word. And their heads are going like this, like a cartoon movie, from her to me. And at this point, I'm like a deer in the headlights. I got nothing. She just raking me over the coals. So she said, "I'll tell you what you got, Mr. Funny Man. You got nothing but a dried up old dog the size of a cocktail weenie." He said, "You know what it takes to get that dog to stand up and bark? There's not enough chili cheese in this whole stadium." She said, "I had to use 2 hands. And when that didn't work, I had to get out of bed, go down to the garage, grab a battery and the jumper cables. I've killed 2 car batteries trying to make that crank shaft. Shaft crank. That too." So the room, I mean, truly, it was quiet, just like this. People are staring at me, and I'm staring at her. And then she decides to deliver the kill shot. And she just says from the blackness of the back of the room, "Well, there ain't nobody laughing now, is there, Mr. Funny Man?" Now, I'll tell you what. I couldn't see this woman, but after 55 years of marriage, I recognize that voice anywhere. Thank you.